All right, brother, you want to earn business owners' trust online to work with you. You want to show them what's wrong with their Instagram account, which is one of the main principles, one of the main goals of a brand marketer. A brand marketer is the missing piece in any coaching business or any business really that's selling anything online that takes over the marketing that the business owner doesn't know how to successfully do himself. You, my friend watching right now, probably working 9 to 5, you're probably a student, you've never done marketing before, you don't even really know what brand marketing is at this point, and that's okay. That's why I make a lot of content on my YouTube. If you have no idea what brand marketing is, check out all of my other YouTube videos. It's going to give you much needed context to succeed with this free value that I'm going to be sharing throughout this video, right? Let me just give you a bit of context here, but I want you to really go ahead and watch these other videos. A brand marketer's only goal is to help a business owner become more known and sell more products, okay? But you right now are working 9 to 5, like I said. You've never touched marketing before. So how the hell are you gonna sign your first client? The way you're gonna get potential clients interested in you in the first place is by reaching out to them and pointing out what you think is wrong with their Instagram accounts. So the first step, the first thing I actually teach the people that are in my community is to look at your friends, your family members, any people that you know from your extended environment, from your network. You want to find out who is running a business. You want to write all of these people down. You want to check out what they're selling, and you want to check out if they're active on Instagram. If both of these are true, you are looking at your first potential customer, all right? I want you to write their address down, their Instagram handle, their email, their number, whatever form of contact that you can get. And you then want to reach out to them if you can share with them a 5-minute breakdown video of how you think they can improve their Instagram, resulting in more money. That's the very first step. If you don't do this, none of the things that I'm about to say to you in the next 30 minutes are going to make sense, all right? So you want to expose yourself to some business owners out there, okay? Whether that's in person, whether that's online, whether that's through email. Your whole entire goal here is to simply get replies from business owners, all right? So you'll be like, hey, I found an email, let me send him one. Let me message him and say, hey, I checked out your Instagram account. I can't summarize in an email what's wrong with it, what I think you should improve. How about I send you a 5-minute free breakdown video? Just reply yes, and I'll have it sent over. There's no risk on the business owner's end, right? They can only gain. I mean, their Instagram sucks anyways, and you are there to provide them with value. You, my friend, right now, don't even know what you're about to do. That's the whole point. I like to throw people into the cold water and let them figure it out, because that's the best way to learn. That's how I'm making 25K a month right now, right? I had no one teach me all of this stuff. I just figured it out. Back to my point. Once you have a solid amount of replies from business owners that want to see your video, you're then gonna follow the next 30 minutes of this video right here, following the exact same framework and using all the strategies, all the tips that I'm gonna give you right now for free to send them a freaking valuable video that will position you as an expert, even though you're not an expert yet, and that's gonna make them want to advance with you. So, the whole roadmap between you right now not having any idea of what you're doing, knowing nothing or close to nothing about brand marketing and wanting to earn their trust online, this whole process of sending looms is going to get you from where you're at to hopping on a sales call with a business owner, because you're going to need to sell your service. This video is not going to cover everything. This is purely a breakdown how you can audit someone's Instagram account and give them value so they're even interested in hearing what you have to offer, right? This is actually a video from my community. I basically just downloaded what I'm teaching my guys in my community, and I'm giving it to you for free. The reason I'm doing this is because I am strongly freaking committed to help you quit your job. I want you to succeed if you invest with me or not, all right? If you have any questions, which I know you will have because it's going to be a lot of new stuff and a lot of value, send me a DM on Instagram or leave a comment below this video. I would prefer you to reach out to me on Instagram because I'm more active there than I am in my YouTube inbox, okay? The reason I'm also mentioning that I am basically just downloading this from my community and dropping it here on YouTube for free is because you will hear a lot of references about communities, group calls, ask me in the group chat, etc. Of course, that doesn't apply to you because you're not in the community. You're watching this on YouTube, all right? So, without making this intro any longer, pay close attention, buckle up for some value, take a lot of notes, and in just a little under 40 minutes, you're gonna know exactly how to reach out to business owners, how to earn their trust, how to give them a lot of value, and how to get them on a sales call with you where you can ultimately sell you and your service to them. So I'll see you in there. All right, brother, you now know where to find leads, how to message them, how to get them interested, how to be consistent, how to be disciplined, all of that good stuff. This video applies to anyone who's already gotten replies from any coaches, any business owners on Instagram, on Facebook, any other platforms. So we're gonna start off by just explaining why we're doing this whole thing called sending Loom audits. What even is that? Basically, guys, the same qualification process that we use to qualify clients, qualify leads, to get our lead list together, we're now gonna use to record Instagram audits, which is essentially, in simple words, just an Instagram analysis, where we're gonna point out to the business owner why his strategy is not working at the moment. And we're also gonna subconsciously sell our service to them already. Even again, you have no experience, you don't know what you're doing yet. That's the whole point. So what are Looms? As I said, if you have watched the software stack video, Loom allows you to screen share. It's essentially a similar app that I am actually using now to record this video. It allows me to switch back between my screens. It allows me to have a face cam. I just use a slightly different software because I have a better quality camera setup. But for you, if you have a MacBook, if you have any desktop PC with a face cam, it's gonna work just fine for you. So we're gonna start off by just saying that there's a Notion document again below this video. I'm not gonna mention this in every single video, but there's gonna be one probably in every single module, in every single video that I'm gonna post in this course. The first thing is simple. Sign up and download Loom and Calendly. Basically, guys, once you have Loom, this is what you're gonna see. It's free, so don't worry. You have, I think, around 25 videos for free. If you max out your videos, just delete a few old ones and you're gonna be back at the free version of it. That's how the website is gonna look. However, Loom is actually a tool that you install to your PC, right? So what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be clicking new video, you're gonna hit record a video, and it's then gonna open up Loom, the application, or you can just open it up from your desktop normally, and it will get saved here onto this website automatically, right? From there, let me just pick a random video. I actually used this to inform my editing team about certain things. You can just copy the link up here, and you can add comments. You can add a summary, which is like a description, which I'll get into in just a second. So it's a really sick website. It's really good to send Loom videos. I used to have thousands of videos on here. I used to clean up a lot as well because I was hammering outreach and these Looms back in the day. I'm not gonna scroll all the way down, but maybe some of you in the group calls, I can show you how I started sending the first few Loom videos. I'm sure it's gonna be hella entertaining for you guys, to say the least, because I started like literally a kid. So actually, since I just mentioned that, how I started, guys, you're not gonna feel confident on camera, right? When you start, you're not. Why would you? Because you've never done this before. So embrace the beginner's mindset. Don't think that just because you're messing up your first few Looms and that you have to, you know, try for 10 times to get one properly recorded, that you are doing something wrong. If anything, you're doing everything right. It's completely normal that in the beginning, your first Looms are gonna suck. You can post them in the group if you want the other people to give you feedback as well. You can post it in the group so I can give you feedback, or one of my team members. Or in the worst case, always join the group calls so you can get help there. Now, Calendly.com is the second thing, the second website that we need before we jump into the actual theory behind how you're gonna record that Loom video. Calendly, sign up through Google. It will just allow you to log in, Google account, it's connected to your Google Drive, connected to your Google Calendar. That's how I run everything. Like I said, in the software stack video, I keep everything on Google. Now, this is what you're gonna see. Again, if you wanna find out more about the platform, there's a lot of settings, a lot of things you can do. Look at a YouTube video. I'm just gonna tell you all of the features that I actually use. So I'm keeping it very, very simple. First thing you wanna do is click Create, Events Type, and you wanna click one-on-one, right? Click one-on-one, choose a host, it's gonna be you, click Next. This is the preview, how your potential client is actually gonna see this page. And we wanna kind of fill this out a bit, right? So you wanna add something like, we wanna pick the client's name, for example, or you wanna just make a general kind of introduction. So you can just do introduction call, or like Instagram introduction call, right? Something, actually make sure you spell it right, of course. There we go. Instagram introduction call, super simple. Then you wanna pick a duration, pick 30 minutes, and you wanna add a location. I'm using Zoom. Zoom is not gonna auto connect right here. You actually have to set up Zoom, and I'm about to show you where in a second. But this just makes sure that when your client, I'm just gonna say client from now on because you're gonna close these people. When your client is gonna be signing up on this website to book a call with you, which is what Calendly is for, they will get the Zoom link automatically attached. And so are you, right? So you guys are set from the beginning. We're gonna hit continue, and this is where it gets interesting. Again, this is the preview, right? I can also click live preview here, and this is the client's view, and they can select their dates, their times, super simple. Now, a few things. You want your event details to be like this. We just did them together. You want your host and invitees, it's all set. Scheduling settings is what I'm gonna talk about next. You wanna make people book in a call with you as soon as possible. This depends on your schedule, of course, which is why you're gonna set up a Google Calendar and connect your Calendly to your Google Calendar, right? Because if you're working 9 to 5, you don't want people to book in a call with you at 9 when you're in your office. And the only way for Calendly to know what your free times are is by connecting it to your Google Drive, Google Calendar, my bad. You wanna get them to book in a call with you as soon as possible. So you're gonna put in 4 days to maximum a week of scheduling a call with you in the future. Because if people have this whole April, for example, available, they're gonna book in a call with you on the 25th, and you don't have freaking 3 weeks to wait until you have a client call. So this little setting right here forces them to book a call with you immediately, basically, right? You can play around with this. You can add 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, whatever works best for you. I think the perfect ratio is like 4 to 5 days. Then available hours, very important. You basically set your available hours, right? If you're working 9 to 5, you of course make some free room available in times where, you know, when you're off of work, in the evening, in the morning even, or on the weekends. Open up your weekends, right? If I wanted to, for example, open up Sunday, I would just do this here and make sure that people can book in a call on Sunday, right? Let's go back. Minimum notice, really important. Set this to 4 hours at least. If you're working and it's midday and someone wants to hop on a call with you in the evening, you need to know, right? And you need some time to prepare for the meeting as well. Play around with this. It really depends on your schedule as well. If you prefer to be informed 8 hours before, 12 hours before, set it to 8 or 12 hours. I just prefer 4 hours. Daily limit, you don't need a daily limit because you're not like the busiest personal branding agency out there yet. So you can get as many calls booked as possible. Use the invitees, so your potential clients' time zone, so it's easy for them to figure it out. And that's pretty much all there is to this, to the scheduling settings. So let me go back. Booking page options. You have the ability to customize the back half of your link if you want to. I always just use what Calendly gives me automatically. And then we have some invitee questions. Don't make these super complicated. Just collect people's name and email, and that's it. Even this should be turned off. You don't want anyone to be able to invite guests to the meeting because it's just you and your client, right? And you can leave this in there. It's just a question. Please share anything that would help prepare for our meeting. What I would actually do in this case is just IG handle, one line and required on, so people can actually leave their Instagram account so you know who booked in a call, right? If you're messaging a lot of people, which I want you to, like I said in the previous videos, you're gonna need to be able to figure out who the fuck booked in a call, right? Because otherwise it's gonna look weird. So make sure you have IG handle in there as well. In the future, you could even collect payments directly through here, but I never do this really. So for any other features, like I said, just check Calendly yourself. Then you would hit save and it will be done, right? And you now have a link. I can copy paste this link on here. I have the Instagram introduction call. There's even an option to add like a description here that I didn't get into now, but it's not really important. They have the schedule. They click, okay, I want to call with that guy 1 p.m. Name, email, IG handle, schedule, and it's going to be done. He will receive an email, you get an email, both get notified, and you're going to be meeting at the set time, right? That's Calendly. If you have any questions about Calendly, Google, YouTube, or the community. Now that we got the both softwares ready to make this work, let's talk about how you're actually going to be recording and sending these Loom videos. Loom one-on-one. The tonality is really important, guys. Perception and just how you're perceived on the other person's end is everything when it comes to this. When you're recording your first few Looms, you're not going to be sitting in a sick environment like I have with the best camera and a sick microphone, and it's going to look very professional, right? You're not going to start off like that. You're going to just pick an environment that's somewhat decent in your house with good lighting. I recommend that I have a light up here, for example, right? If you can see my hand is getting really bright. You want a light facing directly at you because you want to not look like you live in a cave, right? You want to look presentable. So sit in front of a window, make sure it's, if possible, daylight. If it's at night when you're going to get off your work, just get like a simple desk light. Even order one of these round lights through like AliExpress or Amazon. They're dirt cheap. They're like 15 bucks, 20 bucks. And it's just going to look better, right? The tonality should be calm, relaxed, and here to serve. Now, this is easier said than done, coming from experience, right? Because in the beginning, you're probably going to rush your first few Looms. You're probably going to mess up. You're going to have weird pronunciation if English isn't your first language, right? And you're just going to mess up, which is cool. If I show you guys how many freaking Looms I messed up, you'd be like, how the fuck did this guy keep going? I messed up hundreds of videos, but no one gives a fuck about that because it's about the videos that, you know, get you to sign the client. That's what really matters. So yeah, make yourself presentable. Perception is everything. Mindset. Embrace being a beginner. Your first Loom will not be perfect, nor should it. You want to be able to look back in a year from now and say, holy shit, I massively improved. That's the whole goal, right? Let's go to the Loom script, the structure. This is the Instagram audit. This is where we're going to be pointing out to the business owner, to the coach on Instagram, on the other end, why his current strategy is not working. Now, before I go into this whole script, I'm actually going to make a practical example with one of the guys that we found in the last explanation video. You want to make sure that you keep every video around 5 minutes max. Now, put a timer on your phone and record a few trial Looms that you don't even send out to people. Just try to make this whole script fit below 5 minutes or just around 5 minutes. Because again, guys, if you make your Loom video 20 minutes, no one is going to get back to you. People don't have 20 minutes to watch a video from a guy that just reached out to them on Instagram. So you want to package as much value as possible into a short period of time. That's the best way to do it. Because as you know, right, time and money is really what business owners care about the most. And the goal with this Loom video here that we're sending to people is to save them time, but also give them access to the tools, which is essentially you and your expertise that you're learning now, so they can make more money. So we're solving two big problems with this one video, right? The way it should be structured is, first of all, you acknowledge that he actually took time to get back to you. You voice your appreciation. You go on to set expectations, you deliver value, and you finish off with a call to action where you're going to invite them to go and book a call with you through Calendly. Now, this script here, guys, is just an example. This is an example for a fitness coach because it just happens to be a fitness coach that we found in the last video. This is a structure at the same time though. So when I say things like your content needs to be about how people can get a six-pack, for a finance coach, for a dating coach, for whatever business that you're working with that's not necessarily in the fitness niche, you will just use common sense to replace those placeholders, right? Let's jump in. I'm actually going to open up this page, and because I have a dual monitor setup, I'm gonna just open up the script on the right side, and I'm gonna just read it in a calm way, word by word pretty much. So you can follow this along and you can see how we are actually gonna be really valuable for that person that's watching this video, because that's the whole goal, guys. Like, I wanna make this really clear before I fully jump in. The goal with what we're doing here is to sign a client, yes, of course, but we're only gonna be able to sign a client if we give this guy value, if we make it clear to him that him investing 5 minutes with you by watching this video gets him a return on his investment, right? There needs to be a fair exchange of value. So that's mainly what we're focusing on with this script right here. So I have this guy here on Google Chrome, right? Just a quick reminder, the reason this is a good fit. He first of all falls into the qualification matrix that we already spoke about. He has bad engagement. I know he's not making money from this, right? We know that because no traffic, no audience that wants to buy from you, that cares about who you are and what you do, will buy from you. Why would they? And his whole page is about his biceps. He's fucking jacked out of his mind. Amazing result, right? But why would I, if I would be a fat kid who has zero confidence and who kind of wants to get a better physique but is too insecure and doesn't have the knowledge to do so, I don't want to work with this guy because he just reminds me of the things that I will never get to, right? So now it's time to package the things that we learned about this guy's page into a 5-minute freaking valuable breakdown video that's going to make him realize that you're an expert, even though you're not yet, and that's going to make him want to jump on a call with you. So let me pull up the script, and let me just say exactly what to do from now on. So you will go to loom.com, you would press record, and you would basically find yourself in the exact same setting that I am in now, with your face cam on the top right and his page in front of you. You're going to start off by saying, you're going to follow the little script by acknowledging his time investment first. So we'll start off by saying, hey name. In this case, his name is Yona, right? You will always find the name somewhere, even though it's not his name, his username. Hey Yona, I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I'll keep it under 5 minutes and I guarantee you that I will make it very value-packed for you. And again, guys, the tonality is calm. Don't be like, hey bro, I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I'll keep it blah, blah, blah. With your voice like this and your heart like literally pumping in your head. That's not the way to do it. If that's you with your first few looms, it's normal, but I recommend doing freaking priming exercise to freaking calm yourself down first, right? That's why I have them in there. Now, let's move on. We left off and say very value-packed for you. Let's jump in straight away. What I'm here for today is to make it clear for you what could be improved on your Instagram account to attract and convert more people to buy your programs. So what we're doing here is setting expectations, right? If I go to the script again, what we're doing here, we already acknowledged and voiced our appreciation, and we're now going to set expectations by telling him what we're here for today. So we're going to say we want to attract and convert more people to buy your programs. That's the outcome that he's only interested about. That's the only reason he's here, right? So we're making it clear that he's going to get that in the beginning. And then we go on to deliver value, right? Let me go back to the page and continue reading on this side of my screen. The first thing that you're selling as a fitness coach on Instagram is not your programs, it's your follow button. Because guys, the first thing that any brand, any person that's on Instagram to try and sell a digital product, the first sale that they have to make to even sell programs later on is this blue little magical button down here. Because people's action of clicking this automatically means they know who you are, they know what you do, they care about what you have to sell, right? If people cannot make people follow them, they have no audience, they have nobody care about them. And you know by now what this means for their sales, right? Your goal is to try and sell people on who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. And the way people discover your follow button is through your feed content. Think about how people consume content on Instagram. They're not like opening up their phone and then they see Lord Shredded immediately. They discover him through his reels, right? So every single person is being discovered on the Explore page and on the Reels page by now. Just the way how Instagram happens to work at the moment. So people see his Reels and then they're like, okay, let me click his page. Yeah, sounds interesting. What do they see now? First goal is to sell the follow button. Back to the script. What you fail to make clear for potential clients who come across your page, in my opinion, is exactly the outcome that they can expect from working with you, right? His feed content, and I'm also reflecting this in the script, your feed content is all about yourself, which is amazing. You're crushing it, obviously. Congrats. So give them a bit of honey, like make them feel like they're actually crushing it. Say, you're obviously doing really well for yourself. You have obviously a great physique, etc., etc. But to the guy who wants to lose fat and he's too busy with his schedule, you're not solving any of his problems in your content. He's not getting value. He's not receiving actionable steps to improve his physique. You're just showing him the transformation that he can never achieve in his own mind because he doesn't know how, right? Same concept as with the last videos where I talked about if you put yourselves in the shoes of his ideal client is not looking like him. His ideal client is freaking lost when it comes to his physique, right? This is just a reminder to him that he's incapable of ever achieving this because he doesn't even know how, right? He doesn't even know how to get his ass to the gym, probably, because he's not confident. So, again, you're showing to him that the transformation can never be achieved in his mind because he doesn't know how. Our job is to get your content to a place where it's going to make your ideal client say, that's the person I need to work with to achieve his desired outcome, right? We want to have people consume his content and say, fuck me, like I need to work with this guy. This guy literally is changing my life just with his content. I must invest my money with him so he can actually help me, get even bigger or get even more confident. And the way we're going to do this is by first diving deep into your client's core problems and what really keeps him up at night, solving these problems with actionable and valuable content that presents you as an expert. Actually, let me go here so you actually can follow along. And finally, getting them to a point where they become high intent buyers. We're going to analyze this paragraph real quick, right? We're giving him 3 steps, 3 things that we are focusing on. And what you might have realized, you might haven't, I'm just going to point it out, is that I'm always phrasing it as we, because I'm already subconsciously programming this guy on the other end that he's going to work with me. He just doesn't know it yet, but you know, right? And the way we're going to do this is by first diving deep into your client's core problems and the things that really keeps him up at night. This sentence right here is everything that he's doing wrong. Like, if I struggle to sleep at night because I get no girlfriend, because I'm not confident, because I'm fat, how is this post gonna inspire me to follow this guy? I'm gonna be worried that this guy is gonna see my girlfriend, right? That's what's gonna keep me up. So we're gonna talk about that in the content. Then we're gonna be solving these problems with actionable and valuable content that presents you as the expert. So we want to have people actually be able to learn something on this page, right? We want to talk about nutrition, about confidence, about the right workouts to do, about how to start, etc. And finally, getting them to a point where they become high intent buyers. Things like this, high intent buyers, make you sound smart. You might not even know what this means yourself in the beginning, but who cares, right? It's about how you're being perceived on the other end. That's what really matters. I'll just make sure that this is all still up and recording. It is perfect. So our first goal is to get you more of the right eyeballs to your page so people can familiarize themselves with who you are, what you do, and what you have to offer. Now at that point, you made it clear for him that his content strategy is not necessarily working. It is just about him, right? And it's not getting people interested. As simple as that. Now, saying that we get the content side of things fixed, our job is really to convert these people into followers. Because if this guy will get tens of thousands of likes on posts, if in his bio people are still not clear about what he actually does, they're not going to follow him. Or even if he gets followers, he might be losing out on the right conversion, on the right people, just because they're confused, right? This guy in his bio currently, just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, says, shred body fat and build muscle today, apply for coaching. Question to you, who's watching this. If you're fat, if you have no confidence, if you've always kind of wanted to go to the gym, but you cannot for some reason, right? Some deep internal things, some emotional problems that you have. Is this tagline gonna make you follow? Shred body fat and build muscle today. On a surface level, it might be. But is it really digging into the core emotions of what he's really helping people do? It doesn't, because a fitness coach doesn't sell muscles or workouts. He's selling confidence. He's selling, at the end of the day, just becoming a better character, becoming a better man, right? Because the more jacked you are, the more confident you are, the more money you're going to make as an entrepreneur, for example. So there are so many more deeper reasons why people should follow him. And this tagline is just not doing that for me. Which is why what we're going to do is we're going to say to him in the Loom, we do that by making it super clear in the bio what you do and what the outcome is that you're helping people achieve. I left an example for you in the description that you can already start using to boost your conversions, right? This is value. This is something that nobody freaking does when they do outreach or try to work with somebody. They're always just like asking, please work with me, please pay me money. You're giving him something here. You're giving him something that might be just a really small detail in your opinion right now, but a little change in the tagline like this can make the difference between getting 100 followers extra a month or 600, right? Which is a 6x. It's a huge difference. What you're going to be doing in this case is you're going to think about what is this guy actually selling on the deepest level, right? What is the outcome? What is the true outcome that this guy helps men achieve? And you're going to put this into a tagline that summarizes his whole message, his whole mission. We're going to try to do something together now, just off the top of my head. What if on his bio, or in his bio, it would say, helping unconfident, overweight guys regain their confidence, build muscle, and become a better man, right? That in one sentence summarizes who we want to help and what we're getting them to become, right? A simple sentence like this in his bio with a call to action, the apply for coaching is not bad. That's actually good. That's decent. But just a tagline that in one sentence says, I help men who struggle with problem achieve desired outcome by what he actually does, right? So I help overweight, unconfident men regain their confidence and build muscle in the gym by working with them one-on-one, for example. So I just gave you two little examples, two little ideas, just as like a train of thought. You get better at coming up with these taglines, these bios. If you need help, feel free to freaking send me a username in the community and I'll help you out, figure out a tagline before you record your Loom. And you will put that in the Loom description, right? Don't forget. Don't be like, I'm going to send you this or I'm going to attach this below the video and then you forget. because it's gonna sound and look very unprofessional, right? So now we gave him value. We already gave him value up here, but now even more value. When your content and overall profile are optimized for higher conversions, the last step will be to implement systems and strategies for your stories to get people hyped for your offers, right? Because now, assuming that his content is fixed, we get traffic, right? Assuming his bio is more optimized, we make it more clear for people what he does, who he is, and what they can buy from him, right? Now that we have these two in place, they're still just a follower, following him for reasons that they actually know, right? So I know by following him, okay, I follow Yona because he's going to help me become more confident, and he's going to help me build muscle. But you're just sitting there, right? You're not like, I need to buy from this guy yet as a follower. That's where stories come in. That's something that we're not going to be talking about in this video now. This is what ultimately is going to get him to book in a call with you, besides a few other things, right? What we're going to say then is, because I promised you to keep this video under 5 minutes, and because I highly appreciate you for spending your valuable time watching this video, I'd love to give you a full breakdown of how I could help you implement these systems and strategies on a 30-minute call. I leave a link below for you to book your call, and if you have any questions for me, feel free to get back to me on Instagram. I am excited to speak to you. And then you leave the link there, of course, right? So we actually want to make sure we keep it below 5 minutes, because it's a very good excuse to get someone on a call where you then sell them, how to sell them, what questions to ask, how to do sales calls, whatever. I'm going to be breaking down in the next video. To summarize this one more time, guys, this is an example script. If you have niches where you struggle, why is this so glitched? Let me not do that. This is an example. If you find niches, if you happen to come across someone who's in real estate and you're really struggling to make a script that's tailored to his certain niche, come to the community calls, drop feedback in the community itself, and I will be there to help you out, or one of my team members, right? So we just want to get you the clarity that you need about what to say, how to say it, and how to move forward after the Loom, which is booking in your sales call. So I would say now, get to getting leads, find leads, qualify leads, go freaking hard on outreach, do everything you can in the DMs to make someone say, yes, I want your video. Send them a video. Keep trying to improve yourself over time. Don't expect your first video to be amazing. If you send 100 Looms, I guarantee you will be booking in sales calls. And I guarantee you that the more sales calls you will be taking, you will sign more clients as time goes. So this is just a matter of consistency and pushing numbers, right? Really want to make that clear. That's all there is to it, guys. Make sure you save this to Notion. I'll see you in the next video. We're going to be breaking down how to close a client on the sales call, how to onboard him, invoice, etc., and all of that good stuff.